Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new box office breakdown show here, Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnerberg. We're going to break down this past weekend, which was April the second to the the first to the third. We have a lot to break down here on this breakdown, as well as my domestic box office ranking 2022 and the worldwide for this year. So let's break it down right now. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. I do these types of this video every single week, including other movie reviews, TV show reviews. I have a lot coming out soon, also movie rankings. So please subscribe, ring the bell. If you're new to the channel, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What movie or how many movies did you see in theaters this past weekend? Are you going to go again this weekend? What are you going to see? And also like the video, guys. I support the channel the best way. Liking the video helps. So let's get started. Also want to say I have reviewed 4 of the 5 movies that are in the top 5 domestic this past weekend. Let's get started. Not shockingly, the new debuting Morbius from Sony debuts in first place, just under $40 million, $39 million for Morbius. Now, I think this movie would be a big box office disappointment if it cost over $100 million, really over $150 million. But Morbius only cost $75 million. It's doing very solid worldwide, which we'll get to in just a second. So 39 million is a solid opening for Morbius and closing on a possible another win for Sony coming off of the huge success. Now, the Morbius doesn't look to be coming close to the successes of their last 3 films, which were Venom: Let There Be Carnage, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Uncharted. Because of that, Morbius has already tough competition already starting this upcoming weekend. Every week, there's basically a big movie coming out. So if Morbius wants to catch those 3 films, it needs a lot of help, especially here domestically. At least it will not touch, obviously, No Way Home or Venom: Let There Be Carnage, but it really is Uncharted. And we'll talk about Uncharted in just a second. But Morbius, another possible win for Sony. We're not going to say that yet. We'll see how much it falls. It's a big deal to make sure to understand this movie's success or not based on its second and third weekend. So I don't want to come here saying Morbius disappointed, Morbius surprised people. It really fell into the place. It was supposed to be in the 40-50. It just fell a bit below 40. So really above or right where expectation was. But it really is about how much does this drop. 2 major releases are hitting theaters this weekend. And will that take enough out of Morbius? We shall see. So 39, yes, 39 total gross here domestically. Let's take a look also now at the number 2 film of the weekend, and that was The Lost City in its second weekend. 14.7 for The Lost City. It's a 51.7% drop and has 54.4 million domestically. Really good outing for not a great outing. 52% is a big number to drop off at the box office, especially for a romantic comedy. We really was hoping for that 30 to 40 range. But as we talked about earlier, it's a tough weekend. It's a really tough weekend with Morbius coming out every single weekend being a big film. So Morbius, The Lost City dropping 52%, 54.4, as I said earlier. So The Lost City just hanging in there again. You would think, again, the demographic that really saw The Lost City were women and old people, which are not been the moviegoers seeing most of these movies. So you would feel like this film wouldn't really last that long. It is another win, though, for Paramount Pictures. You've already had some huge victories this year with Scream and Jackass Forever. Paramount's having a very solid, under-the-radar season here, movie year to start 2022. The Lost City goes in. We'll see if it falls out of the top 5 very soon in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We shall see. But as of now, it is number 2. The Batman is holding strong at number 3, $11 million, a 46.3% drop in its 5th weekend, $349 million domestically. It is $50 million away from getting to $400 million domestic. Another big A, and this is the first Warner Brothers movie to release exclusively in theaters since really the end of the ending of 2019, which is crazy. You know, 2020 happened. 2021 had the full HBO Max and in theaters thing. So first exclusive theater really in a couple of years, and it's doing very well. And it seems like DC's got a lot of movies coming out, but this probably should be their franchise of focus. The Batman is just doing very well. The problem for the Batman to even reach, it probably will not be able to reach that $400 million, is really just because of its own studio. The leaked release date for it to be coming to HBO Max with no extra cost is April 19th, which is 2 weeks from where I'm filming this video on the 5th. So we're basically 2 weeks away. So really 2 more weekends for the Batman in theaters until it releases on HBO Max. Now, Warner has not announced that officially. It's been leaked by top sources like Hollywood Reporter, so we shall see. But the Batman is sitting right there at number 3. Uncharted is at number 4 in its 7th weekend, only a 26% drop, 3.8 over $138 million as Uncharted soon to reach 140 domestic. Again, 2 Sony films in the top 5 at the box office this weekend. And Uncharted was a master win. We have not even been, I don't think we've been announced for a sequel yet, but we shall see very soon. And coming in 5th place, sorry I'm taking so long. I was a bit delayed on it yesterday, so I'm trying to get you all the right facts. Jujutsu Kaisen for its 3rd week is hanging in the top 5. It had $300,000 more of the Indian film, which was in the top 5 last week, Triple R. Triple R fell 83%. So, but Jujutsu Kaisen has stayed in the top 5 all 3 weeks, $1.9 million. It's made 30 million domestic. So RR came out really strong, got all the way up to number 3, completely dipped 85%. No one really saw it again this weekend. But Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie, is doing really well at the box office. So it is at number 5. When you look at the top 10 movies domestic this year, the Batman obviously far and away, 350 domestic. If it does go to HBO Max in 2 weeks, then it will sadly probably not make that $400 million. Uncharted is at number 2 with 140. Those are the only 2 films over $100 million. We should see that should probably change very soon. Scream is at number 3 with 81. Dog is at 4. Jackass Forever at 5. The Lost City is at 6. So 2 in the top 6 for Channing Tatum. Death on the Nile is at 7. Morbius, just on its opening weekend, comes into number 8. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie, is at number 9, and Marry Me is at number 10. Moonfall has dropped out of the top 10 this past weekend, not shockingly. And the worldwide box office, The Batman is still the biggest movie of the year worldwide, $712 million worldwide. It's a 49% split domestic, 51 worldwide, international. Number 4 is Uncharted. It's got 373 with a 37% domestic, big number, 63 international for Uncharted. So that's a good sign there. Number 7 is Scream on the worldwide chart. Scream's at 138, 58% of that here in the States, 42 international. And the other American film in top 10 is Death on the Nile. That's number 8. 131, and 34% of that coming here in the United States. So a couple of these films, including Uncharted and Death on the Nile, most of their money coming internationally, which is a really interesting thing. Morbius, just in its opening weekend, it was released a bit earlier internationally, but 85 million worldwide for Morbius. So it gets to 85 million, which is 9 million back of a Chinese film. It should be in the top 10 by next weekend. Triple R, which was on the domestic chart last week, is at number 9 worldwide with $120 million. So as I said, it's a bit of a busy weekend for films. We're finally back to every single week. We've had Lost City. This past week, we had Morbius. 2 major releases are coming out this weekend. The first is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel, as Paramount looks for another win at the box office following the Lost City, Scream, and Jackass Forever. First film came out literally right before the pandemic happened, so it had its opening weekend. And the reviews are really positive, especially for a video game movie. So we'll see if that will drive the audience. And also Ambulance, which is the brand new Michael Bay film, also getting very good reviews. They are both coming out this weekend in theaters exclusively. And other than that, that's what we got at the box office. How far will Morbius drop at the box office? That will be the key thing to look at. Because again, is it a success for Sony? Yet it's been bashed critically, but some people have enjoyed the movie. A lot of divisiveness on Twitter and audiences. So we'll see if people come back to see this film in its 2nd, 3rd weekend. But there's a lot coming out. Sonic and Ambulance. I will have a review, guys, of Moon Knight. That will be coming tomorrow. Spoiler review of episode 2 of Moon Knight. On Friday, you'll have my review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And then next week, you're going to get this show on Monday, as well as reviews of Ambulance and Fantastic Beasts, The Secret to Dumbledore. So a lot coming out here on the channel. Also, my review of DMZ Season 1 will also be coming out soon. So a lot to talk about. Let's keep it going. Subscribe, ring the bell. Thanks for joining me in this box office breakdown, and I'll see you guys soon.